Hey guys, Aaron Dorr here with the Missouri Firearms Coalition. Everyone knows that we have things pretty good when it comes to gun rights at the state level here in Missouri. But what do we do about Joe Biden, who's trying to bribe states into enacting red flag laws with almost $1 billion in federal money? I recently interviewed Representative Mazzie Boyd, a new freshman here in Jeff City, about her bill carried for our organization that would ban the use of red flag laws here in Missouri, and more importantly, ban the use of federal money to help enforce them. And guys, you know, as always, we're going to have civil enforcement in this bill as well. Watch the video. You're going to love the bill. Get involved in our fight to ban red flag laws here in Missouri today. Hey guys, Aaron Dorr here with the Missouri Firearms Coalition. I'm joined today with new Representative Mazzie Boyd from Northwest Missouri. Mazzie is leading the fight for gun rights in a really important area in Jeff City this session. Mazzie, thanks a lot for your time. We're happy to have you on the show today.
Yes, thanks for having me on.
So Missouri is a heck of a lot better off than many states when it comes to where the fight for gun rights actually is. You know, Missouri is one of the best right now. You've got constitutional carry. We have a form of stand your ground law. We've got castle doctrine. Of course, as everyone knows, the Second Amendment Preservation Act got its genesis in Missouri in 2021. We've gone a long ways when it comes to fighting for gun rights here in Missouri. Where do you think the big, fight is looking forward in Missouri on, where is the threat going to come from in your mind going forward?
Right. I mean, the biggest threat right now to gun owners in Missouri is the federal government. I mean, they have had a overreaching amount of power trying to take away, normal gun owners' rights. I mean, in the Constitution, our founding fathers said, it's the right of the people to bear arms, and those rights will not be infringed. But the federal government continues to infringe on that. And that's what they're trying to do with red flag laws. And we've seen that. And now, of course, they have allocated over $750 million to try and bribe red states like Missouri to enforce red flag laws.
I think they would love to get a red state. I mean, they'd love to get any state, but I think you're right. Almost $1 billion in taxpayer free money, right, for the states to grab. And if they get that ball rolling in Missouri, they know they're going to use that red state victory to go and do this in other states all across the country. And just so the audience is clear on this, what they're trying to do very intentionally is go to the states and say, this legislation, we can't pass it in DC, they say. And so instead, if you guys do, we'll give you a check for, and we don't know how much it could be for. It could be 30 million. It could be 20 million. It could be 10 million. It could be 50 million. Because their goal here is to get that domino effect underway. You get a Missouri to do it, you can get an Iowa. You get a South Dakota, you can get a Nebraska. And so I think they're willing to probably spend whatever it takes to get a red state to move forward on that. I think you're right. The feds is the biggest issue. A lot of folks know what a red flag gun seizure law is, but I want to be clear on this. The Democrats always say they're great for stopping violent crime. Some of the Rhino Republicans do too. What's your problem with a red flag gun seizure?
Well, here's the deal. You cannot have just one piece of legislation that's going to fix the mental health crisis in our country. Gun laws do not do that. And we've seen that time and time again. I mean, gosh, when my grandparents were going to school, they used to have shotguns in the back of their truck. Yeah. But now we've had this increase of mental health, and they think the first thing that's going to solve that is banning guns, which actually, of course, as we all know, it hurts regular gun owners to protect themselves. I had a dear friend that was, at gunpoint just recently in Kansas City. She couldn't have done anything. And so they want to try to hurt people like us that carry guns. And there's no due process. That's the biggest thing about red flag laws is there's no due process. I mean, you have more due process getting a speeding ticket, right, than you do with a red flag law. You might be convicted and have no idea that's even going on. I mean, this is not what this country was founded upon. There's a reason that the United States has the best judicial system in the entire country. I mean, we are not a third world country. There's people over in other countries that are awaiting trial. They have no idea what they were convicted for. And that is basically what a red flag law will do. We are not a third world country.
Yeah, I think you're right. The idea that a gun owner could lose their Second Amendment freedoms, had their firearms taken out of their home by force, before they've even been charged, let alone convicted of a crime. It's something that you would hear about, like you said, from a third world country, from communist China, where they just break in your home, they take your stuff, and you have to try to fight to get them back later. And with these red flag laws, in so many cases, there's kind of a built-in renewal process. And so for a lot of gun owners in states that have a red flag law, it basically amounts to a lifetime gun ban, because the renewal process is almost automated. And so you can see gun owners disarmed who have never been convicted in court of anything whatsoever. You're right. The due process stuff here, the lack of it is disgusting. So your new bill, and there's a Senate bill and there's going to be a House bill, is designed to preempt all of this. Tell us about what your bill does and where it is in the process.
Yes, my anti-Red Flag Gun Seizure Act bill basically bans red flag laws in Missouri and then prevents Missouri from taking money, the state government from taking money from the federal government to enforce red flag laws, because we need to protect Missourians. We need to make sure that we're giving them the due process that they deserve, whereas the federal government is trying to take away that due process. The state government should be in control, and it's not the federal government's job to tell Missouri what to do.
So you're just going to straight up ban red flag laws, and you're going to ban the use of federal money to enforce them anywhere in Missouri. So we love this, obviously. One of the questions that comes up a lot, and we had this problem with SEPA as well in 2021, is you've got these big cities, you've got your St. Louis's, you got your KCs, and they've got a God complex. As far as they're concerned, they can do whatever the flip they want. General Assembly can go pound sand. So your bill, if I'm correct, borrows from that SEPA concept and has civil penalties in the bill. Is that correct?
Right, and this protects gun owners. So if they, try to, of course, because not all the time municipalities will follow the rules. We've seen that. This will actually give gun owners, if they were, of course, done wrong, the right to take it to court and get damages for those civil penalties.
And we're seeing this, I think, now in lots of other areas. And I think Missouri has kind of paved the way when it comes to SEPA. But we're seeing this in Texas on the abortion issue. We're seeing it in lots of states when it comes to some of the medical health freedom issues. The idea now that we're having, we're seeing now over the last couple of years that there's tyrants at all levels of government, from school board administrators in some cases to city mayors that believe that they can do whatever the flip they want, and if it violates state law, well, we'll fight that fight in court later on. And so what a lot of states are doing now is following that path that SEPA kind of began here in 21 and saying, no, we're going to put civil teeth in here. If you're going to flagrantly ignore, violate, and trample on state law, then if you're not going to listen to the law, then we'll sue you in court civilly. And this is kind of becoming a necessary must-have dynamic in a red state with these mega population blue cities, because they simply don't care. They will fight the fight in court for years, and our rights be damned. Your bill is designed to end around all of that with civil penalties. It's a great draft. We love the language you have so far.
Right. And it's all about accountability. And I think, people want more transparency in our government, and they want accountability, and they want protections themselves. And this is what this bill does.
Excellent. So for all the folks watching right now, we're going to have links beneath this video when you watch it, and you can fire off your email to your state rep and urge them to co-sponsor this bill from Representative Mazzie Boyd. Mazzie, there is no bill number yet as of this moment. Is that correct? When we have that, though,
yes,
we can update that. Will you have information on your website people can go to for more information as well? How can they follow you on social media or online as you're fighting for this bill?
Yes. So right now you can follow me on Facebook at Mazzie for State Representative. If you want to send me an email, it's votemazzie4rep@gmail.com, or you can go on my website, which is Mazzie, M-A-Z-Z-I-E, for Missouri, F-O-R, Missouri.com, and send me an email there too.
Mazzie Boyd, thank you very much for leading this fight. I just want to remind all the folks who are watching that in some situations, and you have states like Missouri where you have a deep pro-gun majority, but you also have not a small number of anti-gun folks on both sides of the aisle, even in our own party sometimes these days. And so for you, Mazzie, to carry this bill and to take these arrows in the back and the chest, it means a lot to gun owners. So thank you very much on behalf of our members. And we're proud to fight with you on this fight. So again, guys, watch the website for more information. Watch your Facebook page for more information. Hit the link below. Join the fight. Make your voice heard today, and we'll keep you guys informed. Take care.
Yep. Thanks so much, Aaron.